Mindset, habits, training, and nutrition. Those are the four pillars that I teach that completely change my life, and they will change yours as well. No matter what you're currently going through, no matter what your current circumstances are, and no matter what you want to achieve in your life. I'm going to break down every single one of these in this video so that you're going to have everything that you need to finally become the man that you have always wanted to become.
And here we go.
So to put it as simply as possible, you first need to set the foundation of your mindset by destroying your current one so that you can build it back up and use it as an unbreakable tool that you have at your disposal 24/7, which then makes the bad habits easier to quit and the good ones easier to implement so that you can reinforce that positive momentum in your life instead of just putting in all this effort every single day, hoping to get better, but then self-sabotaging yourself every single night with all of your vices, wondering why you're not making any real progress. Which then leads into the first good habit that I recommend every single solitary person to instill into their everyday life, which is your training. Because not only are you going to feel better and you're going to look better, but finally, once you begin to get immersed into that training and you start seeing improvements in your physique, you're going to want to just naturally optimize the fourth and final pillar, which is your nutrition, which ties it all in together. Because eating shitty processed foods will instantly drop your frequency and your state of thinking. Because you're going to start thinking negatively. You're going to feel bad about yourself because you told yourself that you weren't going to eat that junk food, but you ate it anyway. But when you eat real foods that are actually nutritious and good for your brain, you're going to elevate your frequency and your state of thinking instead. And when you stop overeating and stuffing your face like a pig, you're going to keep your brain in that state of alertness, in that state of hunger, in that state of wanting to continue to pursue things and stay motivated, instead of always just overeating past the point of being full and then wondering why you always feel lazy and never want to do shit. Like, bro, you just consumed 300 grams of carbs from Taco Bell and you're like, why can't I focus? Like, are you serious, bro? Your nutrition is 80% of your physique, how you look, how you're going to feel, and how you perform, not only physically in the gym, but mentally as well in your work. And if you are still not tracking your macros, oh my God, you have everything completely ass backwards. You think tracking your macros is this big daunting task that takes all this effort and all this energy to do. But when you come to someone like me, I will show you how to do it simply and how to track it in the app. Not even to mention the copy and paste recipes and all the other tools that I have for you so that you can do it faster and easier than I did. I've done all the work for you. I've made all the mistakes in the past for you. All you have to do is stick to it and eat the food on the screen. It's that easy. But the issue is you make it hard on yourself by not staying consistent with it. And you fail to realize that the more that you put in the reps and the more that you do it, your brain and your body is going to be like, wow, I feel great. I'm getting great results. Let's keep doing this. But you guys don't want to go through the shit for a couple of weeks. You guys eat one healthy meal, and if you don't immediately have a six-pack, you're like, this isn't worth it. And then you go back to your fucking Pop-Tarts and pancakes every day. You gotta eat the shit first before it starts to taste good, and that is a metaphor for life. Anything worth doing or worth achieving is gonna suck at first before it gets better. But you guys either one, you just don't want to do it, or two, as soon as you slip up once, you're like, oh, well, I ate like shit this morning, so I might as well eat like shit the rest of the day. No! I did that shit for years, and that's where it all goes wrong. If you slip up on one meal, which happens to all of us, just commit to doing better in the next meal and get right back on track. Think about it like this. If you spill a little bit of water out of a glass, you don't just immediately dump the entire glass out just because you spilled a little bit of it, right? No, you clean it up and you move forward. Every single man will veer off his path every once in a while. It's just natural. But as long as you have your mindset, your habits, your training, and your nutrition to fall back on and to revert to when you find yourself in these situations, you're going to realize much quicker when you're veering away from your goals so that you can get right back on track to building that consistency and building that discipline instead of just aimlessly wandering around like you've been doing. And the more times you do this, the more your brain is going to start sending you these signals like, okay, on the days that I ate like shit, I didn't track my macros, I skipped my gym workout, and I played video games all day, I felt like shit. But then the next day, when I reverted back to my mindset, my habits, my training, and my nutrition, I felt great again. When I put myself through uncomfortable shit, I actually feel the most comfortable because I'm actually making something of myself. Isn't that fucking crazy? You actually feel the most at peace when you're not sitting on the couch scrolling TikTok all day and you're actually doing something with your life. Because we as men were put on this earth to conquer. The reason your brain wants to jump off a fucking skyscraper is because you sit in your $300 gaming chair trying to get victory royales all day with Cheeto dust on your fingers. Productive activities is the ultimate defense weapon against depression, anxiety, loneliness, emptiness, whatever you're feeling right now. Because when you have your mindset, your habits, your training, and your nutrition, you will never feel lost because you know exactly what you need to do and what you need to revert back to when you find yourself in these situations. It's like magic. It's the system that never fails. Because even though I felt like shit, instead of going to McDonald's or Taco Bell, I stuck to my macros. Even though I didn't want to go train, I did it anyway. And then boom, I immediately feel incredible afterwards. It's so backwards when you really think about it. When you really don't want to do something, but you force yourself to do it anyway, you almost always end up feeling better and having a better experience while doing it, even though you didn't want to do it to begin with. You would think on the days that you really want to go to the gym are the days that are going to be your best workouts, right? And yeah, maybe sometimes they're still going to be good, but like yesterday, for example, it was just one of those days that I just really didn't want to go. My body hurt. I got like 3 hours of sleep the night before, but I forced myself to go anyway. And once I got there, I got warmed up and I started getting a pump. I felt amazing and I ended up PRing on every single exercise that day. And I left that session feeling absolutely incredible afterwards. I also used to be super shy and super introverted as a kid. Most days, I don't want to get in front of this camera and have fucking John Doe, who's 35 years old working at Starbucks, comment on one of my videos like, wait till you get to my age and see what I've been through. Fuck you. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I genuinely love each and every single one of you guys that have continuously supported this channel, and you guys tell me how much these videos have changed your life. It literally gets me out of bed every single morning. But most days, I don't want to get in front of this camera because of how shy I used to be as a kid. But I do it anyway because I want to serve as many of you as I possibly can, and I want to lead by example because I didn't have anyone like this growing up. And I understand everyone's not going to like the stuff I say, which is okay because I'm not making content for everybody. I'm making content for the ones of you out there that are hungry for more, but maybe you're just a little bit lost like I used to be, and you need someone to guide you along the way, which is what I'm here to do. And honestly, you could probably find everything that I've ever said somewhere else, said indirectly or just repurposed in a slightly different way. But what I teach in my business is the application, actually applying the things that I teach because I live it out every single day. I'm not like these other guys that you see online who don't actually do the things that they teach. And then they just drop you in a $47 PDF course and then you never hear from the guy again because he made his profit off of you. I've bought those in the past and trust me, they suck. But when you book a call with me, I want it to be personal. I want it to be intimate in the most non-homosexual way possible. But it's because I want everything to be tailored to exactly what you need in order to reach your goals. I'm going to hold you accountable to taking extreme action and extreme ownership to your current circumstances and then manipulating them in a way that is as advantageous to you as possible so that you can reach your goals so much faster than I did. And we do that by developing your mindset, your habits, your training, and your nutrition, but specifically your physique, because your external shell is a direct reflection of your internal state. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to look ripped and everything, but the only reason that all of my thumbnails are of me with my shirt off is because it gets people to click on the video. You come for the bait and then you hopefully stay for the value. And some people will say that that's shallow, but I didn't make the rules. My physique is a direct representation of the work that I've put in over the last 2 to 3 years. And if you have a problem with that, that just means that you're insecure because you're not willing to put in the time that I've put in. So stay fat. It doesn't affect me because I only want to bring guys onto my coaching who are fucking killers and who want more out of their life. But when you implement the 4 elements of mindset, habits, training, and nutrition, you create such a strong foundation in your life that is so strong, it feels like nothing can break you because nothing will be able to once you implement this system. And I know I got off on a bit of a side tangent there at the end, but if you have made it to this far in the video, I just want to let you know that I appreciate the living hell out of you. And I hope you're getting after it every single day and making the most of every single opportunity that life puts in front of you. But I'll talk to you boys soon. Remember, success is not the best revenge, it is the only revenge.